Well, first, I guess I wouldn't recommend that they work with an Indigenous artist as a point of gaining new perspective. I think that they should work with an Indigenous artist if the person, if you come at it from, I like this person, this is my friend, regardless of who they are and what their background is. I think that, we do need to be careful not to romanticize Indigenous knowledge and Indigenous people. I think that we need to always approach something from a place of collaboration and mutual interest. So I think that there are many books and many things that have already been written that are specifically about the importance of, Indigenous knowledge, but also, ways of living in a way that causes further damage, further harm to each other, where, we do think about that we have to constantly put back more than we take. And so I think that there's a lot of, I would recommend that students start there, and that educators also who aren't Indigenous or have no connection to indigeneity, that they start in reading what's already been done and the resources that are out there, because there's tons of resources and we don't constantly have to be thinking that we have to reinvent the wheel. Like a lot of work was put into making some of those books and putting together some of those exhibitions that, like ours, that should last beyond people's lived experience of being able to see it in LA, if you have access to go to the Fowler, have access to UCLA, whatever. I think it's important that these things last longer than us, so that some of the work that was done and some of the knowledge that was exposed can continue to affect people. So I think that I'm part of that because, a lot of us, our stories and our work has never been I'm about to do my first monograph, and I've been a practicing artist for a really long time, and it's kind of crazy that up until soon there hasn't been anything dedicated to talking about my work. And so I think that that written things are important. I think that things that are archival are important. And I think that we should continue to try to, things that we learn in artists whose work we come to know, who we have personal relationships with, we need to keep, again, lifting each other up together.